There we go. Hey everybody, I'm Amber.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're Witches Talking Tarot. And today we are talking about wands. The wonderful world of wands. Say that like 8 times fast. I'm not going to because I don't want you guys to stop listening. Not this early into the episode anyway. Okay, so wands. What do we mean when we say wands? So witches use wands, warlocks use wands, wizards use wands, fairies use wands. And we want to talk about it because, as we mentioned in a way back, so if you're an OG listener who's been listening since the beginning, you heard Maddie mention doing like episodes on tools.
Yes,
so
magical
we're
tools.
Starting with the wand.
Oh my god, I feel like there was another one. Magical doodle, oh, it's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
Yeah,
okay,
the fairy in Cinderella.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I was like,
wands.
Is that Mary Poppins? No.
Yeah, no. Mary Poppins has the purse.
Right.
She doesn't have a wand. She has the umbrella. She has the purse. Mm-hmm. She can serve up. She doses kids with magical medicine that makes them go to cartoon land.
That medicine looks so fucking
I was just
good.
watching Knobs and Broomsticks because it's one of my favorites, and I told you that like you should probably check it out, even though it's like super old and silly. Mm-hmm. When I was watching it as an adult, I was like, I feel like I am watching Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music got together and had a movie, and they called it Knobs and Broomsticks. It was my favorite growing up. I even verified with my mother, because she came home while Corey and I were watching Knobs and Broomsticks, because Corey humored me and put it on because he was apparently going to be leaving the room in a little while. So he's like, fine, I'll humor her. Aww. Earn brownie points. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't watched Knobs and Broomsticks since I was like a little kid. And I haven't. And it's got Angela Lansbury with no wrinkles. That's how fucking old this movie
What's it called?
Knobs and Broomsticks.
And what is this about?
It is about a witch.
Oh, the little witch. The one?
No, it's not. It's not the worst witch. This is completely different. This is well, I guess that is a Disney movie too. But Knobs and Broomsticks is Angela Lansbury is an apprentice witch in England during World War II, and there's an old history. There's a Celtic or Welsh or somewhere in the UK type of area, old folklore tale about an invisible army that is summoned to protect the king. And so Knobs and Broomsticks is based kind of off of this idea. And so during World War II, the Angela Lansbury character, she's an apprentice witch, and she simply becomes a witch so that she can perform that spell to call an invisible army to fuck up the Nazis and end World War II.
So it does sound very like Mary Poppins, like from what I looked.
Right,
but then
also
you got the Nazis,
so Sound of Music.
Right?
No, and there's this part where it's like, oh my god, it was obviously a part for the adults. I didn't remember it at all from my childhood watching. And it's this part where they go down to Pemberton Square. I don't fucking know what the road was. It might have started with a P. Peddler Alley, maybe? I don't know. They fucking go down there because that's where the guy that had the spells, that she got the spells from, that's where he got the book that has the other half of the spell. Because she needs the other half of that spell to do the thing with the invisible army, right? Okay. So all sorts of stuff. There was a point to that. Oh, they go down to fucking this stupid ass street, and every different nation that's fighting the Nazis, like all of a sudden there's their soldiers and dancers that go along with their soldiers coming down the street for a musical number. And it's the dumbest shit I sat through because I love this movie and I wanted to watch the movie. Because, like, it's called Knobs and Broomsticks. They travel on a fucking bed like a flying carpet.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that when I looked that up.
Yeah.
Also, I think that Angela
Angela Lansbury? Murder, She Wrote?
Well, I was thinking Beauty and the Beast. She's Mrs. Potts.
She is. That's what my mom said when we were watching.
Beauty and the Beast. She sings the original Beauty and the Beast.
She does.
And she's very young.
Yeah, she is so young. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because they use a stunt double for her that's like even younger than she is.
Oh my God.
Right? So like Angela Lansbury is probably in her 40s in that movie. She's got a stunt double that looks like she's in her 20s and like does not look like her almost at all.
Shit, dude. I've seen.
And so like there's these scenes where she's riding this little like motorcycle buggy thing that spurs out like yellow sulfur gas.
I wonder if that's like,
and it's not her. Like when you can tell because when she came riding up, at first I got excited because I was like, "Oh, it's Angela Lansbury!" Because I know that she's in the movie, right? I know she's like the main character, so I'm like, "Oh yes, here
who
she
are
comes.
you?
Here's Mrs. Price." And then I'm like, "Oh, no, it's not her." And then Angela Lansbury gets off of the motorcycle, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was a really bad like."
I love that. Like I love the comedy behind it, where they'll have somebody like on a motorcycle, and it's very obviously someone of a completely different race, or like a big ass, like it's supposed to be a woman, and it's this big ass man. Like they're almost making fun of that.
Right? I was gonna say they are exactly making fun of that shit from like back then. If they're doing that now.
Oh, yeah. It's
my God, that's hilarious.
So wands. I'm very excited about this topic because wand is the witchy tool that I feel personally most drawn to. I think it's the witchy tool that I use the most.
Yeah.
I guess outside my cauldron, which, stay tuned, we'll have an episode on that. Yes. But I don't use my cauldron in the conventional way. I use it more for incense.
I got one for Christmas and I use it for incense as well.
So I think, the wand would be the one that I use the most.
Although I'll save that for the cauldron episode.
Right, I know. I'm like, whoops, didn't mean to get off there.
Yeah.
But with wands, I don't know where I was going with that. I had a point, I promise. They're very evident in pop culture. My favorite being Harry Potter. I mean, the wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter. I said I was going to say that quote. I really, truly do believe that the wand chooses the witch.
Absolutely. You know, like that sucker, that came to me.
Right. Like, I mean, but I think it's that way with any tool.
Yeah.
The cauldron chooses the witch. Yeah. Or whatever you identify as. So, like, with wands...
Do you think that counts with gifting as well? I'm just curious.
I do. I think if someone gifts it to you, it's because it's meant for you. But that's just me. Not everybody feels that way. Now, when you use magical wands, not ironically, Is that ironic? Is that what I meant to say? But anyway, when you use magical wands, it's not like Harry Potter, expecto patronum, shit bursts out of your wand. But at the same time, it kind of is. Right? Like, this is going to be a weird episode, guys.
Third eye material, guys.
Right. Like in Harry Potter, you see they're like, expecto patronum, and then the shit takes shape.
Yeah.
That happens, but it doesn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It does. It's like, you mentioned the fairies earlier, and I'm going to say, just like in Sleeping Beauty, because my favorite fairies are the three from Sleeping Beauty, where especially the pink one and the blue one, they have the fight over the dress. That is my favorite fucking scene in that fucking movie. I love the shit out of it. I know, because like she's making a pink dress, and the blue fairy, because blue is my favorite color, guys. So the blue fairy's all like, no, it's gonna be a blue dress. And so like the pink fairy's like, what? No. And then, like, they have the fight back and forth, and now, like, everything's blue and pink and blue and pink and blue and pink. But like, it doesn't really work that way.
But it does, because, you say that because I'm like, what if they're talking about, like, the energy surrounding the dress?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the third eye comes in.
Right,
because
exactly.
To see it, you have to see it.
Well, I'm going to sound, again, really, like, out of it.
Did you get that? If
right.
You know.
I know. Like... It happens, but it doesn't. So I'm going to try and explain this in the best way that I can think of. And we're probably going to sound crazy, Amber and I. But I think we sounded crazy last episode in our ghost episode as well. So if you're still here, then you know what you're in for. So, for example, expecto patronum. It's one of my favorite spells from Harry Potter. Which, by the way, I'm going to be that bitch and say could totally be a real spell. Because, I mean, it's Latin for I call upon a guardian. Which is literally calling upon energy to protect protect you from negative fucking energy. It just manifests in the shape of an animal, which I personally think is fucking beautiful.
Right. When we did protection magic, we gave it a personification. Chuck Norris got my back.
Right, we did, right?
Yeah.
Expecto Patronum, and it's fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I guess people would look at you all weird and laugh because it's like, LOL, that's a Harry Potter spell. But it's truly the intent behind it and the meaning of the word.
Right, no, I was going to say, remember, I bought a Latin dictionary because I took Latin in school, and I was like, I'm going to write my spells down in Latin.
Right.
Because I like Latin. Don't judge
and
me.
Expecto Patronum, that's the one I'm going with because that's like the most relatable one, I think. First of all, Harry's protection is a fucking stag. And I love that. Like, it comes out and then you see the most beautiful stag and it's this
Does anybody have an octopus? That would be amazing protection.
I don't know.
They should have an octopus because it would squirt black ink at your enemy.
I'm sure they do because I've seen...
it just like the air would envelop and it would be like Dementors, right?
Right, yeah. And it's like, well, one of my favorite fucking scenes is when everybody's practicing Expecto Patronum and you've got like the otter swimming in fake water and you've got the dog running around.
That's why I was like, did anybody have an octopus? Because I don't remember.
I read, I don't know if this is fan fiction, so I apologize, but I think I read that Draco Malfoy is a dragon.
I feel like that is accurate.
I hope that's accurate because that's fucking badass. Can you imagine a dragon?
Also, his name is Draco. Right. It just makes sense.
I know. I think
it would be funnier if Draco's was a salamander.
A lizard, a salamander. Oh my god.
Because salamander is the animal that represents fire, which I find so strange.
Right.
Never.
If I compare it to a dragon, you know.
But that's what I mean because Draco, if you got a salamander, how funny,
right,
you know?
Right.
Yeah, because it is kind of representative of a dragon.
Right.
But a salamander in real life is small.
It reminds me, I shared this video on Facebook of this guy. He's getting chased by one of those fucking lizards in the desert who's like, they're like, necks open.
Oh, yeah. The things that they like waddle on their legs.
Yes. And as that's happening, you hear and I just thought that shit was so funny because it is a dinosaur.
You know what? Because I would run because those things out of Jurassic Park, it looks like the things that spit at the guy in the first one and kill him with the tar in his face.
Right.
The bad guy who caused all the shit anyway, so he deserved to die. Fuck that guy.
But
fuck Dennis.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, fuck that guy.
I hate that guy so much.
I know.
About as much as my kids hate it when I tell them to hold on to their butts when I'm driving. They hate it so much. And I'm just like Samuel Jackson, man.
Oh my god, that is Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, it is Samuel Jackson. And he got his arm ripped off.
Right.
That's when I broke my headband in half when I was 11. It was my favorite headband. I was like, I was emo before emo was emo, right? And I was emo even before that because as like a 10, 11-year-old girl, I would be like, put my hair in front of my face like this. So my dad forced me
to get a headband?
To wear headbands. I hated headbands.
Oh my God.
I hated headbands. I hated them, guys.
I wish I had one. I miss one. You
will almost never see me wear a headband. Unless it's holiday and it's got a Christmas hat or some bullshit on it.
Ears.
Yeah, I'll wear a do-rag around my head. I love me some hair wraps.
No.
Oh yeah, I had an old boss that, people make fun, but I don't care. Put your hair up at the beach. It is beautiful. I just wrap it up in a rag. I tie that bitch close and I can go out in the water without getting water in my hair. I don't gotta get salt water in my curls. It's great. I don't care what people say or how they look at me. It might be the night. Sometimes I'm wearing a bathing. Look, sometimes I'm wearing a bathing suit that is reminiscent of the 1950s style, So the putting my hair up in it works, and it's never red or blue because I used to live in Memphis, man.
Not to change the subject and keep it on Jurassic Park, but I just want to say that I think that guy John who created Jurassic Park, he had a vision and it was a good vision. He wanted to get kids involved in science and he wanted kids to enjoy science and learn science. It was a stupid idea.
Okay. It was, how do I say
it was a very dumb idea.
There's a point maybe like bring back the dodo bird or something else that doesn't eat everything.
I know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, dinosaurs was ambitious. It was ambitious.
He had good
It was like he waved his magic wand.
He did! Oh my god! With the DNA.
Yeah, exactly. See, I brought it back to one.
Right.
Yeah. Jurassic Park fits, sort of. We made it fit because we're witches. That's what we do. We manipulate energy.
What's it called? The fly or the mosquito was kept in amber.
I know.
Right. So thank you. But I do
the jokes that ensued.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was in like third grade and everybody started being like, oh my god, look, it's Amber. She's such a sap. And
I don't mean to laugh. That's fucking funny. That's fucked up. Like, dude, did they really?
Yes, they were clever as third graders.
Oh, that is so clever. That is so clever.
We may or may not have just recently learned. I don't know, like, why they were so clever, but they were like, you know, the play on words, you know, tree sap.
That's fucked up. Like, that's hilarious. Like, it's not funny. I'm sorry.
Like, I already knew my name was a stone.
Right.
But they all learned because of Jurassic Park. And so they were like, oh my god, Amber, what a sap. Hey, other Ambers out there, did you have the same problem? I really need to know.
Speaking of Amber, like, I don't know if you ever watched House. I stopped watching
House. Oh,
House
yeah, I love House.
Well, one of the girls, they couldn't find her. Her name was Amber. And House was in a serious accident with, like, a car. It was like they were on a bus, and they got into a serious accident. And he kept remembering things, and this woman kept telling him, what is my necklace? And he's like, what is it fucking called? It's not Amber, it's something else. It's Amber, but it's also called something else. Like, I don't know. There's another fucking word for it. Anyway, so he's like, she's like, well, what is my necklace? What is my necklace? What is my necklace?
Maybe it was like pendant or something.
I don't know.
That.
Yeah, like he was saying the wrong thing every time. What is my necklace? And then he was like, oh my god, it's Amber. Because Amber was dying in the hospital and he couldn't fucking remember it. And that was how he remembered. Yeah, it was really fucked up.
No, I do remember because they made Amber a total bitch.
She was a bitch!
Pay attention. If her name is Amber, most likely she will be written as a bitch. Clueless. Amber's a fucking bitch. House. Amber's a fucking bitch.
Turned out to be
half the other shit. Amber's a fucking bitch. I just can't think of the others.
It's just like she was a bitch, but then I think her death was so fucked up to me because
it hurts me to my core, guys.
They gave her medication to help her.
Yeah.
Without realizing her kidneys were failing.
Mm.
So her
body
like, couldn't
wasn't it
out.
A thing like if House had been around he could have saved her kind of thing?
Well, he would have prevented that from happening in the fucking first place because when you take this medication your kidneys are failing, you can't filter it out, which means you're getting a lethal dose oh my god, it was so fucked up. That's just what that reminded me of. I'm sorry. Back to wands.
Wands.
That was just that was fucked up. Anyway, Harry Potter wands. So expecto Patronum. I don't think I've ever done that with my wand. Not expecto Patronum, but like used it to physically call upon a shield. I don't think I've ever done that, but now as I think about it, you could hold it.
Well,
like this.
I picture it like fireworks coming out. I won't lie, because I have done that.
Well, I haven't felt the need to, because if I need a shield like that, it's usually because I'm around someone.
Well, I mean, so I guess the way I would put it is, I have used my wand to create a protective circle.
Yeah. I guess
in that manner where
Harry
like
Potter, when she's calling the book. I'm sorry, when she's calling the statues and they're going around the fucking the gas. I'm sorry, and then it's like
right, and it's like I picture it like think of like a sparkler or something. It's like fireworks, it comes out like fireworks, like and it becomes one of those like just the white the shield. I don't do it often. I don't do it as much as I cast a circle in the more traditional way, which we'll have an episode on that in the future as well.
I'm excited to talk about circle casting.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to get all into it, but I'm just saying like in my head, casting a circle with the wand is the same way, like same thing as like using it to put up a protective shield.
See, when I cast a circle with a wand, I see it more as a legitimate, instead of it being like a dome of protection. It's a string of light that goes all the way around.
And shoots up. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, and see, that's how I usually cast a circle. But if I'm utilizing a wand, I don't know why. Maybe it's, as we've discussed, like, so wands in tarot represents fire. Yes. And Maddie and I both, not that we have a problem with you, whoever created the original tarot, whether it's Rider Waite or before that, whatever. But we personally, like, I think of wands and I think of air, because it's putting your intentions out into the air, you know, or it's magnifying your shit out there, right? And I think of it like very air energy, that mental energy. But Maddie,
I see it more as an earth energy, because for me, I use wooden wands, but really it works for crystal wands. Most of the time, wands are made out of earth
elements. Yeah.
So I imagine my energy mixing with the same earth element that was made to. And
right,
so it's
and so it's a very earth tool, right? Whereas again, at least, well, not just at least in tarot, but in usage, the reason it's represented as fire in tarot is it's used to as a fire element in ritual practice. Just like the athame is, whereas I would think that the sword should be fire, it's not. It's air, like you once said, like cutting through the air.
Because you cut through the energy. I could see that one, because you cut through the energy.
Right, but it, like, I don't know. For me, like, fire burns, knife cuts. It's that separation of things, you know. But again, like, so, you know, from that standpoint, I can't remember what was being said at the moment that made me feel the need to tell you what energies
so you can use a wand,
see them attached to. And as Maddie stated, most wands are made out of natural elements. Like, this is a Selenite wand. It's made out of crystal. And before we started recording, Maddie and I were talking about the fact that typically, you know, she said you always use wooden wands.
I personally always use wooden wands, but I think that's just my connection with earth and how that. Well,
and I predominantly use wooden wands. Like right here, you see the 3 wands I own. I have one selenite, one bamboo, and one that was made for me. I can't remember the wood, but there's a lot of amber that is put on it for amber, you know. Self-explanatory, right? So I predominantly use wooden wands as well, but I saw the selenite wand and I was so drawn to it and I purchased it. And when I've used it in ritual practice, I picture my intentions going through the crystal, much like light through a prism, and it comes out like this rainbow.
Right, and I never thought of it that way. That's really neat.
Yeah, and that is like that, because I would never use a stone wand per se, right?
Oh, well,
you know like lapis lazuli. I don't think that I would use a lapis lazuli wand.
You don't think so?
Even though lapis lazuli is for creativity, I just feel like I don't feel like this would give the same, like, I picture my energy as light. Yes. I picture my energy as light. Actually, is that lapis?
I'm just thinking this is that blue. It's almost like a bluish purple.
Yes, it
is.
So
it makes me feel third eye-y. So I think I would.
And I guess to me, it's because I picture my energy in that, like, light manner, I can see it moving through the crystal.
Right.
I can interpret it moving through wood, much like fire would move through wood. But through the dense stone, it's completely opaque. There's no translucent quality. But that's just me. I'm not saying anybody else is wrong, like, for not having that inhibition. Yes, please.
So I noticed a lot of people who use selenite wands will also wave it over the area. Again, I'm not putting energy into your wand as a sort of cleanser.
Yes, I have done that in a lot of things. I've never.
Now I feel like I have to do it all.
As you stated, some people do that with their aura.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, their aura. They'll rub the wand just a couple inches above their skins all over themselves to kind of cleanse their aura.
And I've never done that. Like, I have cleansed my aura with my chicken feet that I've gotten from our mutual friend. And, like, because that's one of the things they're meant for. So, like, before approaching my altars, if I am not freshly cleaned, you know, I take a chicken foot and cleanse my aura that way. But when you said that, I loved that. I never thought of using my selenite wand that way.
Right.
But
it's almost like a metal detector.
Oh my God, I was just about to say.
I do have to say, like, I have a question, because you said if you're not freshly cleaned or whatever, and tell me, audience as well, if this is just me. Before I do a spell or a ritual, I prefer to shower first.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you do too.
I do too. So that's what, like,
or
if
wash my hands at the very
something.
least.
So if I approach one of my altars during the day, right? So I either have not showered yet for the day, or I already showered and I've been out into the world. I will do some manner of cleansing myself, whether I take one of those little brooms you gave me and
that is such a great, I love it. Like,
I do. I love it. It was a great idea, and I do. I use that sometimes. And it's that cleansing your aura before you approach your magical things. And that is exactly what I do. But most of the time, I try to, like, you know, with my daily ritual stuff where I'm making daily offerings, or at least 4 times a week, approaching my altars, making offerings, communing with whomever that altar is for. I almost always do it as soon as I'm dressed. Like, so I have bathed, I've gone through my daily ritual, because I always anoint with oil after I've bathed, and I have, like, I have daily rituals anyway. So after I've done my daily ritual of cleansing, that's when my preferred time to go to my altars is, because I am just completely clean. And I've usually done some meditation in the shower.
Literally the physical aspect of, like, I have peppermint. I stocked up on it, but I have limited edition peppermint. Body wash.
Nice.
And so if I'm going to do a prosperity spell, I'll use that, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm rubbing this on me. Before that, I had been using a pomegranate soap.
Yeah.
And to me, that's very connecting with Persephone.
And that change of the season.
Exactly. And I used Herbal Essence shampoo. For me, I use tea tree because I love the smell. But lately, I've been using chamomile. And that's very calming for the aura and the person. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I try to keep it very herbal in the shower, because to me it is a cleansing
absolutely.
sort of ritual. Yeah.
Well, and I use coconut for everything.
Right.
I also have incredibly sensitive skin. So I don't change it up often. However, Dove is...
I do use Dove.
Yeah. I'm not... Dove, sponsor us. You're literally the only body wash I can use. Sponsor us.
I use Dove
because I'm about to fucking plug you. Dove is the only body wash that I can use across the board. There is no other brand I have ever experienced. Really? Yes.
Well, it's so gentle. That's what my husband has.
But I mean, like, like going from scent to scent. I've never been able to do that before.
But I can with Dove. I can do that too.
Yeah. Like, I used to, when I didn't have kids, and we had I had just gotten where I was completely skin again. You know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to our last spiritual journey episode. I'm not going through talking about that shit again. Yeah. Anyway, so I was completely skin again. The only body wash I could use was Victoria's Secret strawberries and champagne.
I knew you were going to say that.
And that was the only shampoo and conditioner I could use. And I bought it for years. And do you know how miserable I was when they discontinued that shit?
Oh, it smells so
good. And then I found something else I could use, right? So I started using Suave on my hair. And it was before Suave had, like, nicer stuff. So it was, like, just the generic-ass Suave.
Yeah.
But I started using, not Oil of Olay, St. Ives. And I used St. Ives for years. But I couldn't switch from one scent of St. Ives to another without breaking out in a full body rash. Like, miserable. And if I could get through a couple of weeks, it might be okay, or I might not ever be able to use that scent. It just depended. With Dove, oh, hell no. it's like magic.
No, it really is. Because, you know, my husband
I can
has
use the pomegranate at winter. And, like, that's where I'm getting is I can switch out my scents of my body wash that goes along with stuff.
I love cucumber. They have lavender as well.
They do.
The only thing that my husband cannot use is the exfoliating one.
Well, yeah, I would never try.
Yeah, that bothers him. Mm-mm. But as for like just the different scents, I use it as well on my sensitive self. And I've never had any issues with it. Never.
Yeah, never.
I've used it since I was a child.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this issue for 22 years.
Yeah.
Actually, longer. I've had this issue for 24 years.
All sorts of different, like, I know they have cucumber, I know they have lavender, and I know, well, I don't know, you use the pump, I use the bar.
No, well, I don't use the bar. I only got the pump because of Gia. I thought when my arm was broken last year, it was a lot easier for me to use a pump because my bad arm, I would put a washcloth over it, and then I would use my good hand to pump soap onto the washcloth, and then I could wash with the washcloth in my good hand. So I thought with Gia's arm, I got the pump bottle, but usually I just buy the regular. But I do use body wash versus bar soap because I can't stand bar soap. I won't even try to.
So I don't know if they have the same scents or not, but like...
I think they have a wider... I don't know what they have in bar soap because in the body wash, they have a huge variety of scents.
They've got like
there's like an energizing one. There's a winter care one that they they let out just during the winter, and I will stock up on that one because they only have it during the winter, but it's so moisturizing. It feels so good on my skin.
I know of it. But the point is, like... And
I can't usually use anything moisturizing, so it's a treat for me.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like it's
sponsor
a treat.
Dove.
Yeah, do. Like
for real.
I could get free Dove for life.
I love
my
Dove.
God. Yeah, I think my daughters
taste as good as their chocolates, though.
Oh, yeah. Sponsor us. Damn, Dove, you got it going on.
Are they the same Dove? I think I don't know if they are. I just thought it was a silly joke.
They? I thought
I don't know, because Magnum
isn't the logo's the same?
Ice cream. But are they the same Magnum as the condom? I don't know. These are like... are they not?
I'm trying to picture the logo because we used to have to get Magnums before they started making...
But the Magnum ice creams are fucking delicious.
Bigger. Yeah.
Like, did I say condoms?
No, I don't know.
The Magnum ice creams are delicious.
They are.
I mean, they really are.
They are.
Totally.
I'm trying to think, is the logo the same? But I don't know.
I don't know.
But I feel like the Dove logo is the same.
I think it's the same. Which
would make it made by the same company, right? Because
I would think
copywriting logos. And
I would think so. But anyway, so like.
So wands.
Right.
So a little bit of history on wands. I love that Harry Potter uses the Latin because. Granted, it would have been Greek, but Homer is where we get our conception of wands from. Historically, the Zoroastrians used something called a barsam, which was about the same kind of thing. And pre-Zoroastrians, people have always used a rod of some sort to do as a tool to do things with, right? So we have a great history of them. In the way we think of them for magnifying magical energy, we get that from the Greeks in Homer's tales, the Iliad, the Odyssey, things like that. Circe uses a wand. Artemis uses a wand when she turns Odysseus old and young. And somebody else in his works uses a wand. And that, in everything that I read, that's where, like, the history comes from.
You say that, but, like, when I think wands in history, I'm imagining an Egyptian.
The Egyptians did use wands.
Like moving and creating the fucking pyramids with a wand because they're lifting.
That goes so
I know.
Well, I believe that... Okay, we're going to get crazy. All right. So there's lots of different theories, right? And I believe that ancient man knew how to use vibrational energy to move things. I truly believe that back when we were more magical people, that's exactly how the pyramids were created. Maybe not with a wand, but they created vibrational energy that carried them heavy-ass blocks, and people just had to steer that shit.
Right.
And it's similar to Ancient Aliens, except I don't think there was an alien involved with like a ray. I believe we knew how to manipulate energy in this way.
Because I had just read, I don't know how accurate this is, but I had just read, it was like a list of like things people are mistaken about in history. Everybody assumes the pyramids were created during the time when the Jews were enslaved by the Egyptians, but that hasn't been proven. Like, as a matter of fact, they've thought that they're older than that. But everybody just assumes that's when it took place, even though that's not mentioned in the Bible at all, and it's not really mentioned anywhere else. At least according to the article I read, it may be wrong. I mean, it was Ranker.
Yeah, well, I mean, beyond that, though, like, even whether it was, you know, people who are willing to help or not willing to help, you know, you still need somebody to steer the blocks into the right spot. You know what I mean? Even if you have vibrational energy.
I'm sure. Everybody
everybody
just assumes it was during Moses' time.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily
They could be older.
Yeah, they could be older.
Yeah.
How old was Moses?
Fuck if I know.
I mean,
I just know that when my mom found out she was part Ashkenazi, it was the most beautiful thing. She's like, we're like descended from like, you know, like Moses that like separated the Red Sea. And I was like, you have such a beautiful soul, Mom. Like, love it. I do. I do. Well, like, she just, oh my God. I love the way she sees things. Yeah. I just thought it was beautiful.
We had talked about wands in casting circles and casting protections. Now, I physically use my wand. I mean, Amber doesn't. A lot of people, I think, would use this with an athame.
Yes.
But the type of wand that I have is pointy at the top. So I use my wand to carve intentions either into into candles or wax. Because that's the easiest thing to carve into,
absolutely.
Right? My wand.
You know, you could carve into like an apple or other like soft fruits or things like that.
Yeah, you totally could. Like I think I have actually done that as an offering. Yes, I think I have done that as an offering. So that's what I primarily use my wand for. Also, if I'm consecrating a candle or something, and consecrating is the right word, I think. So if I'm going to make a candle, like, okay, this is going to be for prosperity and energy. So what I'll do is go ahead and ground, imagine the energy from the earth coming up through me, through the wand, pointed directly at the candle. And so the energy is coming up through me. I'm focusing on the specific energy that I want while I'm connected to Mother Gaia, and it comes out through my hand and it goes directly into the candle, and the candle is surrounded and it slowly starts to get brighter and brighter and glow with that intention. So that's how I consecrate my candles. Not everybody does it that way. That's just me.
No, I mean, but most of that sounds like very much how I do a working with a wand and how I utilize it, like in my...
Oh, I'm so glad my husband hasn't walked in on that. Can you imagine just standing in front of a window holding or a candle holding a wand, like, you know, what's for dinner?
I don't know, what you cooking, babe?
I'm busy.
Right? I'm involved right now, and he's like... With one.
No, my husband's an asshole. He'll talk like a dork. He'll be like, I feel the energy. And I'm like, get the fuck out.
I bet you can't. You feel my foot in your ass, too.
Like total 90s nerd ass, like, voice.
Bam, wow, straight to the moon.
Right.
Sorry.
He's like, are you feeling the energy? I'm like, get the fuck out.
Fuck you. But, like, I'll use my wand in workings, like... Mostly like, okay, so when I am preparing charged water, for instance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can stir with the wand. I mean, if you don't want your wand to rot. I mean, it's a...
Well, and I don't even do that necessarily, but I do the same kind of thing, but with the moon's energy. So I'm drawing the moon down to me, pulling her energy through me, transferring her through myself.
To make moon water?
Yeah, and then the wand is magnifying all of that. And like in my head, a wand is almost like a magical magnifying glass. It takes your energy and just like, this is a terrible, but like, you know how the sun, when it goes through a magnifying glass, now you can make fire, right?
Right, I feel that.
That is how, because I do picture my energy as light. Like when I'm doing any magical workings, it's all very much in a light manner, like when it's traveling through me and stuff. Sometimes, like we were talking earlier, like the wand specifically influences sometimes the way I see the energy play out once it exits me.
Right.
So for instance, one time I was using a wand very similar to my bamboo one, and it was very like, it had this curvy thing going on.
Right.
And I pictured like ivy tendrils of energy kind of coming out, like the energy sprouting out just like ivy grows and takes over a place, the energy's taking over just like ivy takes over. You know what I mean?
Right, that's beautiful.
And you had mentioned with the rose, which I think
oh my god,
totally
I so want to do, like, because I was like, you could use the stem of a rose with the flower on it as a wand, and I would just imagine that energy like petals flowing in the wind. Like, I
love that.
Well, this one right here is bamboo, so you can do this. It's not necessary. Different woods are great for different things. For example, oak is great for protection. Yeah. Not everybody has the opportunity to buy a different type of wooded wand. You can use one for everything, but bamboo is great for luck and prosperity and protection, so that would be great for that.
I've looked up specific woods because of wanting a wand, and like now my views have changed and blah, 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 but like rowan is great.
Oh, is it for protection?
I believe rowan is for protection.
Yeah, it is.
It is great for wand usage. And typically, like Maddie said, they are usually made out of wood. Historically, they're made out of wood. They're usually made out of wood. And it's because woods each have their own different properties. They bring to the table different things.
Masculine versus feminine energy.
Ash, black walnut. There's all different kinds, and they all bring different energies.
It's very interesting to know, but not necessary. So please don't feel like you can't
don't be limited to, I can only do this kind of magic because I have this kind of wood.
And if you can't
or
afford
if you don't know what kind of wood your wand is, that's
okay.
okay.
That's okay. Whatever. You're gonna chooses the witch.
That's right. And you're going to imbue it with the energies that it needs anyway, because that's why it came to you.
Well, and some people think I need to spend $150 on this kick-ass replica wand, but really all you have to do is go outside and find me personally would say find something on the ground. Some people do cut from the tree to create their wand, but if you're going to do that, it's nice to meditate with the tree, leave an offering in return, and make sure it's okay with the energy of the tree. Can I take this? If you feel like, yes, this is okay.
Do you remember the day we took the nature walk and you were thinking about the stick, and I picked it up and said, I'm pretty sure this is for you.
Yes, I remember that.
Like, commune with nature, guys, and it'll talk to you.
No, seriously.
We were seriously in the park together. We were admiring a tree, and while Maddie was admiring the tree, I was admiring a fallen limb, and I was considering bringing it home for myself, and this was before my epiphany on certain things, so don't think I'm some kind of hypocrite that says I do and whatever. This was before that epiphany. So I was thinking about bringing it home, and then I thought, I don't think that's for me. I think that's for Maddie. So I picked it up to give to Maddie. Like, at the same time, you were thinking about, should I bring that home? I want that.
Exactly. Yes.
And it wanted to go home with Maddie. It did. It made sure.
Right. And again, we're going to sound kooky crazy when we say ask permission from the tree to take. But you can feel it. Use your intuition.
Yes, exactly.
Touch the tree. If they say yes, be grateful. Leave an offering if you can. Yeah. If they say no, probably don't go against the tree's wishes, because that's just going to fuck up that energy as well.
Right.
And it's rude.
Knocking on wood.
Don't be rude to the
don't
tree.
Be rude to the nature spirit in the tree, because knocking on wood, that comes from a magical place of people believing that trees all embodied nature spirits, which they fucking do.
Right.
If you pay attention. They wave at me when I'm driving. Don't judge me, guys.
So personally, if I was going to choose a wand and make one up in nature, I would find one on the floor, but or on the ground. You know, but it really depends on the person.
I'm going to stop saying don't judge me. You can judge me all you want. I have no control.
I know. I feel like
I am who I am. I don't know what to say.
Every time we say this is going to be a crazy episode, it's going to be a crazy episode.
Yeah,
like,
it just keeps going.
Oh my god, we talked about our ghost episode last week. Can you fucking believe that shit that I sent you?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this morning,
so
dude, it was so fun. I missed my turn. I drove past and I was like, Oh my God.
Before I got the second message, I was like, she thinks it's a ghost.
I did, but I saw the red solo.
It's a newly dead ghost.
Right? No. I told Bryson and he was like, what do they want with me? But you gotta imagine how, like, tripping I felt. Yeah. And then I drove by the park and saw that there was, like, a pioneer thing. But can you imagine not, like...
Funniest.
Oh, my God, yeah. That was just nuts. So funny. I really did at first. I stared and I was like, is that motherfucker wearing that? Like, is that... And then I got closer and missed my turn so I could get close to this guy. And I was like, that was a real Indian chief. Or Native American chief. He had a fucking headdress on. I was like, what is this? It's a ghost. And then he turned and I saw the red Solo cup and I was like, what is happening? Like, it was so crazy.
Oh my God. So... What's weirder about that I just had dawn on me as you were talking? Because I was like, I want a headdress like that. Like, Miriam, I probably shouldn't have said that name, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Ashley's mom, my best friend's mom, was supposed to, like, teach us how to make all this stuff. Really? And Ashley does know how to make all of it for, like, powwows. Yeah. That's where every powwow I think I've ever been to was with Ashley and her mom. Her mom used to take us to powwows all the time. I fucking love powwows. I can't wait to go to another one. Anyway, but, like... It's so weird, all the things in my life that just revolved around that woman that happened over the past few days. Right. And today, you see a fully decked out Native American chief.
He was real, you guys. Like,
he was alive. He
was real. I only mention it because I swear I saw a Civil War soldier on the side of the road. That was a ghost. That was. And, like, I just think it's so funny. My husband's response was... What do they want with me? Like, I mean, you know.
We were just talking about how husbands make fun, too.
Oh, well, yeah, because he didn't see it. Right. I saw it.
Well, if they don't let you see, if you can't see them, you can't see them. Though.
I'm like, Bryson, look, there's a Civil War soldier. He's just like, what? Oh, my God. He keeps making fun of me for that. Now he's going to make fun of the Native American, just like the lady in the Walmart. When I turned around and jumped, I was like, oh, my gosh. And he was like, did you think that was a Civil War soldier? A little. It was not a Civil War soldier. It was a Mennonite woman. And he's just an ass. He just won't let it go.
Oh, God.
So now I see them everywhere.
Yeah, well, I was like, maybe the Civil War is just calling to... Maybe you just need to read a little on the Civil War, like, satisfy some inner thing.
You know, I don't know. Like, I live where I live, so I feel like, is it residual? But honestly, it's not, because the second two times were actual people. It was just such a coincidence. Like... I say I see a Civil War soldier one time, and now they're showing up everywhere. Right. But it's like, is the universe fucking with me? Because they're like,
well, I'm sorry. Like, to me, that's something in you or something outside of you wants you to read more on the Civil War. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm just
or just the history of the town in general, honestly. Maybe. Because, like, my town is so haunted, but... Anyway, I had to share that story. It was fucking hilarious. So back to wand work. That's pretty much how I use my wand, honestly. I mostly use it for carving and circle calling as well. And then, like I said, consecrating specifically like candles. Mm-hmm. But I imagine it would work also. Well, no, I don't think so. I was going to say I think it would work consecrating other tools. Yep. But I disagree. I think I should hold that tool in my hand versus having my energy be filtered. Not really filtered, but through another, you know.
But I don't have a problem when I'm doing a full moon, cleansing. I do still... Specifically with my Selenite Wand. Mm-hmm. That's the one I use when I'm doing full moon stuff. But, with my tools that are being cleansed, I will still use that to transmute the energy or magnify it. Because, as I said, like, For me, my wand is my magical magnifying glass. It magnifies my intentions. It magnifies my energy. I'm now going to be using it more since I said this out loud. Me too. I kind of want to
go home. I'm like, I'm going to use my wand.
Right? Like, full moon a coming.
I'm just saying they also have different...
Well, when you listen to this, full moon just went by.
Also, weird knowledge. They have different wands that are different stones that are actually like dildos. But, like, they're called wands.
Right.
But they're made out of stones. They're like stone dildos.
They give me some kind of feeling, and I don't mean down there.
Well,
I just mean, like,
didn't you say you were worried about,
what if there's, like, I've seen 1,000 ways to die, and this bitch died with a carrot. I'm scared of stone.
Well, I'm, like, thinking, you know, because they have them, and you can use them, like, you want to get a rose quartz or red jasper to realign your chakra.
What is okay with putting inside your body?
Probably what they're selling. I don't think they
I don't trust companies enough.
Do not put selenite inside you.
Yes, do not. That is not what this wand is for.
That is not. No, it will fucking. It will kill you.
Yes, it will. But like that's my thing. I don't trust company. Like, yeah, we may presume that they are an all-natural company who has the same ideals as us because they make the kind of products that we would buy. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean they are. So I don't trust companies enough to trust that they are doing all the research.
Well, and I was going to say, like, you could put a condom on it, but I feel like that defeats the purpose.
Right,
of, like,
because it's rubber. Like,
the energy's not getting... Sorry, I can't believe we forgot to talk about this one, you guys.
I was not. Bad Dragon sponsor us.
Dude, we gotta stop saying that. Like, we've got, I don't know if you've seen that shit, but it's weird. We gotta, like...
Oh, okay, like you said it. I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
I feel like we've said it like 3 times.
I may or may not, more than 3.
Nobody has laughed about it, so they're probably just like, that's fucking weird.
I don't know what...
They make, like, whale dicks.
Oh, they make for the different kinds
Thanos, vampires.
So they don't make regular ones as well.
Oh,
it's only...
Weird.
Okay.
It's only Avatar. Like that's why it's funny.
Sam Worthington,
but nobody's laughing at our bad dragon jokes. So like maybe they're not as funny as I think, and maybe I'm just bringing Amber along with this horrible joke.
I did not know it was a joke. Other than the fact that, like, I wouldn't really be telling your company, like, I would not be like, sponsor us, so I have to advertise your product. Like,
oh my God.
It's not that I'm a prude, it's just, you know what? Like, I'll do some skyclad shit, but I don't want to have to advertise a pocket pussy. Like, it's just
my God.
Like,
not a
these are my, right.
Pussy, a werewolf one, because they got that weird shit, like
yeah, see? Like, so that was the joke for me.
One.
Yeah,
like
that's funny.
Yeah, no, they're weird. You should... I say you should look...
I actually almost said, like, I would look it up, but I don't know if I want that in my search history.
It's morbid. I looked it up out of morbid curiosity. It's not that I wish I didn't, because it's not, like, scarring.
Right, it's just like, wow.
Weird.
Yeah, like the cold...
It's like
the cold vampire. Wow. I will say... Speaking of search history, every once in a while, everybody should get a good laugh out of this. Every once in a while, when I'm doing research for the podcast, I'll be like, hey, Corey, Google XYZ for me. And I'll be like, I'll go on with what I'm doing. And I'll be like, so what did you find? And he's like, oh, I don't want that in my search history. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. You just like,
dude,
you didn't say no. You just let me think you were doing it. I go about my merry way. You hope I'll forget.
Being a writer is so dangerous. Some of the things that you
Google? Oh, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, like that isn't that what incognito mode is?
Yeah, no, seriously, but I don't know. Can they trace incognito mode? I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, we're talking about wands. They also have massage wands, which are predominantly like dildos. But, like, I mean, you can use them to massage your actual body. Mm-hmm. Not your vagina, but like your back.
Yeah, like, I would use those. If you're doing chakra work.
Oh, yeah. Like, you roll them.
Well, not just that, but like, so a lot of chakra work, sometimes they talk about like actually physically stimulating where that chakra is. So like a wand would be a great way
absolutely. Like
to physically, instead of like, because to open my third eye, sometimes I do this number, but like a wand, like that's kind of,
you could just rub it on there, like, yeah, right. Oh my God. I'm not going to say it because we just said we were going to stop saying it. But no, seriously, like you could, or trace, like for me,
I can't take me anywhere.
I trace a pinnacle around my third eye. Well, if I'm anointing with oil or anything, that's just what I do. So there are many different types of wands and different wand usages, but I think we've got them all. I think the last one was the dildos, which I guess I realized we didn't discuss mentioning beforehand, so I apologize. I'm sorry. Was that like, should I not?
No. It was a train of thought where, instead of circling back to what we were talking about, I thought you were going to a further place with wands as dildos, and I was like, whoa, people do that? But sex magic, so I guess.
Well, that's what I would imagine the crystal wands, like, because they are called wands.
Right.
Because it's tasteful versus dildo.
Right, but I was, yep. Anyway,
our episode on
so
brooms.
Funny. Right? And that's so funny.
I know, and how those became a thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's many stories, but I'm sure you're remembering the one that I'm referring to.
Right, yeah, exactly. No, I know what you're talking about. But, like, I don't know, I can't think of any other uses of wands other than, like, hardcore, other than Harry Potter in pop culture, like, fairies got the wand bag. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, and to me, I think that goes with,
that's again, perfect. That like Pinocchio's little fairy godmother.
Oh my God! The wand in Shrek. We recently watched Shrek. I fucking love Shrek. I can't help it. But the fairy godmother has a wand, and she's such a bitch. I'm a believer. Sorry. It has an amazing sound.
It does. That's what
every one of them does. And the second one is my personal favorite with the fairy godmother. She did the best remake of the fucking That is
Eddie from AbFab, Absolutely Fabulous, the show that I fucking love. Really? Yeah, Eddie does the fairy godmother. That's her.
I need a hero.
I love Eddie. I can't remember her name. It's like Jennifer or something. But love her. She's fucking amazing.
Well, and not to sound super lame,
shout out to AbFab, like, fucking sponsor us.
Right? Like
that's some life goals right there. I wanted to name my kid Safi. She was going to grow up with that name because of you guys. Like, just saying. My husband stopped it, but sponsor us anyway.
Not to sound lame, and I am in no way attracted to Shrek. Almost said it. But when the whole I need a hero comes on and he's running to save Leona, like, low-key, that's romantic as fuck. Like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Shrek be... You know what I mean? Like,
I could dig it. Not, I got to picture Mike Myers, but I could dig it.
Like, I need a hero.
So I married an axe murderer, Mike Myers, because that is the only time he's ever been cute, ever. Have you ever seen So I Married an Axe Murderer?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No, Mike Myers isn't very attractive, no. But, like, the cartoon version of Human Shrek is kind of cute.
Not my type.
He looks like my husband did in high school. He does, like, with the hair. He does.
I was like, he kind of looks like a blonde version of Gaston.
Oh, you think so?
Is he blonde or brown hair?
Okay. Brown hair.
But he looks like a lighter haired version of Gaston in my head, and just not my type. Because we talked about how much I don't like Gaston, so that's probably why.
I love Gaston. Yeah. I do. He's my favorite villain. My favorite villain
is Maleficent. Not Jolie, but the OG cartoony Maleficent.
I think I like Gaston so much because he's a real villain. But I think one of my, like, actual favorite villains as well is Biff from Back to the Future. And they're so similar, those villains.
Right, McFly.
Dude, right? Biff is such a dick.
He is a dick.
But I love the part when the nerd, his dad is like, hey, you, get your damn hands off her. And he ends up punching Biff in the face.
Go McFly.
Right, I know. Oh my God,
on.
there's a scene in that movie with the jazz band, and they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta get out of here. I don't want to deal with no reefer addicts because they're smoking weed." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't. That's so embarrassing."
Oh, I can't. I love the part with he comes out with the guitar, and they get on the phone. He's like, "I got a new sound
He's
for
like,
you."
Be good.
Yeah, it's so great.
The first one is the best one. The other ones aren't so. But like,
no, stop.
Do you like the third one? Everybody likes the third.
Everyone loves
the third one
because Mary Steenburgen.
Oh yes,
I love her.
I like how in every single one of them, Biff or Biff's family member gets the shit. He shows up and he always gets like shit on his face. Like in the back one, he runs into the thing, and then in the third one, he runs into the fucking thing.
I never even thought about that.
Every single time throughout history, and they always say the same thing. Hey, McFly.
Yeah.
Like
fucking hate Biff. I just realized that in not Tommy Boy, but the one you hate. It's an Adam Sandler movie. He's so stupid.
Billy Madison.
Oh, I just realized, like, are they making fun of Biff when they do the
siblings?
Yeah.
He's like, O'Doyle rules.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that kid.
Yeah, fuck the O'Doyle.
Like, it's like a whole ass family.
Also, fuck Billy Madison, because, like, Corey put it on, like, a week ago, and we were trying to watch it, and he was like, I can't stand this.
I know. I remember it being really good.
I just want to hit Adam Sandler. And I was like, I was viewing it for the first time ever through a lens of irony, where maybe Adam Sandler's character, Billy Madison, is not as dumb as he wants you to think he is. And it's all like he's having fun with this act. And I saw it from a different lens, and it was kind of funny. But it's seriously fucking annoying with the soup. Like,
as a child, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But then rewatching it, and he's got this stupid ass. He's like, I'm like, shut the fuck.
Yeah, and he's like, the poop. The flaming bags of poop.
Oh my God.
He called the shit poop!
But low-key me, though. I be doing that shit. I be saying that shit, like...
Oh, but the worst part... Okay, I'm sorry. This, like, people may hate me for that. I don't care. Our internet fucked up at the best part, because, like, the kid's reading, and Billy's about to go... Today, Junior! And I'm like on the edge of the couch waiting for it. I love that part. I know! And then the internet failed.
I do love that part.
I was so mad.
Well, and I also like the part where Chris Farley's like, yeah, I hit that.
Billy Madison, Doom Generation podcast, hilarious episode.
Oh, I gotta watch that. That's fucking funny.
It's funny as hell. Because, like, I almost forgot about the Today, Junior. But their episode reminded me. So, like, we were watching it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's about to happen. And then my internet failed, and the TV was like, we cannot play this right now. And I was like, you bastard.
Oh, I like the part when he's in high school. All the little kids think that he's so fucking, like, funny. But then he gets in high school.
Oh my God.
Chlorophyll. It's more like borophyll. And everybody's just like,
no, I do not want to make out with you.
Yeah, nobody thinks that's funny. Like, everybody's just like, bro.
Right.
And then
O'Doyle and he's still, like, hanging out with the kid from, like, what?
I think they're, like, the third
the 11-year-olds or whatever.
Yeah, they're, like, really young. They're, like, he's like, I can't wait to grow up and go to high school. No. Don't ever say that.
I love... Okay, so... The teacher.
Oh, the dog! I'm sorry, the fucking... I did not mean to interrupt.
The dog bug.
Yeah, he's like, you get off your fucking ass.
And you find
that fucking dog. He gave up after, like, an hour.
I love how the kindergarten teacher's like, no, dodgeball time is Mrs. Lippy's time.
Right.
Get the fuck back outside. Yes. I felt But the second grade teacher who's like, you're fucking pathetic. I love her.
They're all so funny.
Oh, it is like, but watching it and watching his behavior was so...
It's cringy.
It is. It was it's like, also, as a mom, as an almost 40-year-old woman, I was just like, want to backhand him.
Right. The premise is funny.
Yeah, until, like, for the brief window where I was like, maybe he's doing this ironically, and, like, he knows what he's doing kind of thing. And then I was like, well, that's kind of funny.
Maybe.
But then it went back to being annoying because he was slurping soup too much.
Well, it's the way that he talks that drives me fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just, like, it could be such a funny fucking movie. Like, we mentioned some pretty hilarious...
Like, I was going to say, we've just been rolling talking about
right,
it.
And how funny it is. But when there's
this...
Yes, when it's the scenes when he's, like... I can't even think of a fucking example, but, like, he just talks so stupid. Like, he does. It's just... easily probably one of my least favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's...
I mean, my favorite Adam Sandler movie, though, is The Longest Yard, which is kind of funny, but also a more serious movie. I like Adam Sandler's serious work. He also came out with another serious movie where he's a basketball coach. He's a really great serious actor. His comedy from the early 2000s is not the best.
I cannot say that, like... Mr. Deeds and Billy Madison and the Waterboy, like, they're all kind of still funny, right?
Waterboy, I forgot about that shit.
I love me the Waterboy.
he's got that stupid talk, like the stupid voice.
I know.
But, I'm sorry.
The devil. She's the devil. Anyway, but it's got Kathy Bates.
I do like as the mom.
Oh my crazy ass bitch served up the snake ass.
I like his Saturday Night Live stuff with Chris Farley when he
my favorite's 50 First Dates.
Oh yeah, see,
I love that movie.
I guess it's a comedy, but it's not fucking outrageous.
It's I mean it's like it's a comedy romance. Yeah. Like I cry in that movie.
It is sad, and but the end when she wakes up with the daughter and with him,
it's so.
Right? They have like a baby.
It's hard. Like, can you imagine like waking up every day to be told your life? Mm-hmm, like crazy. And also like you have this kid whose life you don't remember.
Right.
Like every day. And you have this amazing man who's like and like before the end, like, when he's on the boat, listening, like, I fucking love that song. Like, wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait so long.
Now I gotta go home and hug my husband.
Right? Like, he's like driving the boat and he's crying and he's like, why would her father give me this? And he's like, he has this epiphany and he like turns around and he goes back and he visits her in the hospital and he sees all her art and it's all him.
Oh my God.
It's just all paintings of Adam Sandler. And she's like, because she has the thing and she doesn't know who he is because she removed him from her journal on purpose, right? So he goes back to the hospital and she's like, he was like, do you know who I am? Right? Because he was convinced that she'd know who he was, right? And he's like, do you know who I am? And she's like, no, but come with me. And she takes him back to where she stays, to her own personal art studio. And it is a room full of his face, and some of them are just eggs on shoulders because he's got the egg head.
You know what?
But I cry every time because it's like
he's kind of romantic.
Like, yeah, I dream about you every night. I don't know who you are, but you're the man of my dreams. And I'm just like, stop! I can't take it anymore.
Adam Sandler, he got a little something.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
like I would probably do him.
Like I would, like especially after watching in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, not 50 Shades. 50 First Dates. That would be. Can you imagine the Billy Madison voice? Oh my God, that'd be horrible. That would be horrible. Red. I think my favorite Adam Sandler is definitely the Saturday Night Live with Chris Farley when he sang the Lunch Ladyland song. Oh, gosh. Sloppy Joe was sloppy. And that is why I do not question that Chris Farley was on so much coke. Because how the fuck is this motherfucker dancing like a sumbitch and doing fucking somersaults and backflips and...
Because he lives in a van down by the river. Oh my God, that's my favorite Chris Farley. I know that like Adam is not in it. But yeah, I love it when they're dancing, but like just Chris Farley bit as a whole. Like In a van down by the river, guy. Love it. But yes, him and Patrick Swayze dancing. That is classic. And Chris knocked that shit out of the park.
I mean,
absolutely.
We can't. I know this is not the first time on our episodes that we've said, I miss Chris Farley, and I like 100%. Chris Farley. He was so funny. Yes. I don't know if we'd still feel that way, or if we'd think, like, if he was still alive, his comedy was cringy like we do Adam Sandler. But I think the fact that he's not here makes it age well. But I don't think he's as cringy as Adam Sandler.
His characters aren't as cringy. Mm-hmm. And it's all about, like... So, because I don't even think... I'm trying real hard to think, because I know with the way that the water boy talks, but outside of the way he talks... It's just
his voice.
It doesn't... Like, I love that movie. Mm-hmm. Billy Madison, that character's... Ugh! But I can't think of another one where, like, I really hate the character. Mm-hmm. That said, I'm not thinking of, like, Jack and Jill and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, that's dumb.
I saw, like, yeah, it was dumb. Like,
but his movie, his remake of The Longest Yard, I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I've seen it several times.
It's so much. It's so good.
It's got Chris Rock.
It's got... He dies. But, like, spoiler alert.
It's old enough. We ain't spoiling shit.
Right. It is such a good movie. Like... When all the characters are so fucking funny. Like, you've got that one guy, he gets knocked over, and he's always like, I just need a can of corn. I'm good. And then you've got the Tyler fucking, what's his name? Perry? Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry?
The big black man?
I don't remember him being in it.
He's Cheeseburger, what's his name?
Oh, that's not Tyler Perry.
Yeah, it is.
The
cheeseburger guy.
I'm pretty sure that's not Tyler Perry.
Is
Go
it
for it.
I look like? I'm telling you, I'm gonna be really.
I think you're talking about. I think you're talking about the dude who plays the dad in My Name Is Chris, and that's not Tyler Perry. But I can't think of his name. He's also in that one cop show, like that's got I don't know Andy Samberg or somebody in it. I don't know. I don't remember Tyler Perry.
Is Tyler Perry the? So it's Cheeseburger. What's his name? But I'm pretty sure. Okay. Cheeseburger Eddie.
Terry Combs, I think, is who you're thinking
This big black man?
Yeah, that's Terry somebody. Terry something.
Tyler? Who the fuck's Tyler Perry?
He does, like, the...
Oh my god! I did not. He does Medea.
Yeah! I think you did the same thing when we were doing, you mentioned white chicks.
So this is Terry, it's still Terry, right?
It's Terry somebody, I think his name
Please tell me his name is Terry, because I'm going to kill myself. Terry Crews.
Holmes. I was like, what the fuck is that cop show he's on? Like, because he's on, like, it's not 99 Jump Street, but it's a joke cop show. But all I can think of is 99 Jump Street. Which I'm pretty sure is Johnny Depp cop show.
But to be fair, Terry and Perry are awfully close.
Right. Well, like, I have said so many wrong names when just, like... Because, like, we were talking about Hairspray one episode, and I said Tina Turnblatt instead of Tracy Turnblatt, I didn't even catch it until I was listening back to our episode, and we unashamedly are not apologizing. Like, this shit's off the cuff, guys.
Right.
You try and do better. I mean, go for it.
But Terry Crews is really funny in that movie. Like, honestly,
I love
the
Terry
guards.
Crews.
Like,
Terry Crews is a funny-ass motherfucker.
And also, in that movie, The Longest Yard, straight up fuck the guards. They're real shitty. Like fuck them. Like, what are they, in Texas? Like...
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Texas. I mean, but, like, seriously.
I just know Burt Reynolds is in it. I love me some Burt Reynolds.
He's a handsome motherfucker.
Yeah.
But...
He's still a good actor, too.
He is. Yeah. And he's handsome. And, yeah. My husband can't get into Smokey and the Bandit, which makes me really sad because we grew up watching that movie. So.
I can't get into it either. It has Sally Field, right? I feel like we've had this conversation. Field, yeah, I just can't. But I've seen it. It's just not like I've seen it. I don't go back and watch it.
So I wouldn't classify The Longest Yard as a comedy. I think it has comedic relief. You know what I mean? But personally, I see it more as a serious one. Like, Adam Sandler is paid to, make the guard.
Because of who the cast is comprised of, I see it as a comedy. Like, it's more serious.
I don't know if you remember the cheerleaders, the prison cheerleaders. Yes. That is a motherfucker. Who is that guy?
I can't remember.
I'm sorry, I have
No, you're fine.
I'm so sorry. I can't believe he took that role. Like, is what I can't.
I'm just like, because of the cast in and of itself, so many of the cast are comedians. Mm-hmm. And then there's like other actors mixed in.
Right.
But they're predominant comedians, which to me, yes, it is a more serious of Adam Sandler's movies, but it's still a comedy.
Funny.
Yeah, it's still a comedy to me.
Oh my God.
Just like, 50 First Dates is still, it's a comedy romance, or a romantic comedy, I guess is the way to put it.
Tracy Morgan. He plays the cheerleader.
Yes! That guy's he's a funny motherfucker,
oh my God, he is.
We used to watch that show of his where they pranked people with paranormal things, and if you've never
oh my God, no, I know what you're talking about, yeah. And also it has the great Khali, and that's a big motherfucker.
Yes,
dude.
he is.
He is huge.
He's a huge
James
wrestler. I used to watch that
is a fucking amazing actor.
Isn't Stone Cold Steve Austin one of the guards in this?
Let me see. I was sorry. I was just looking at.
Yeah,
James.
no, I know. I realized I asked right as you.
No, it's okay. James Cromwell is in like Babe, American Horror Story. He's that man, that guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about him. He's the warden, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
He's
asshole.
the bad guy. No, he's in the Green Mile. Isn't he the warden in the Green Mile?
Maybe.
Am I getting them mixed up?
He plays a real good bad guy.
He does.
He does. He plays a Nazi, I think, in American Horror Story.
He does. Doctor. He's the doctor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, season 2. That's when Corey
did you say watching. Steve Austin?
Yeah.
Yes. He's the one that
2 wrestlers.
They give him estrogen
At least 2.
instead of fucking, or they switch his pills with estrogen instead of fucking.
Yeah,
steroids.
and he cries, right?
He's like, I just have a lot of feelings. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. It's a good movie. Like, I watched it more than once. If I've watched a movie more than once, I at least thought it was decent.
Right. And I mean, it does have a great cast. Burt Reynolds, Adam Sandler. I like Chris Rock.
I love me some Chris Rock.
I do.
I watch his show.
Everybody Hates Chris.
Everybody Hates Chris.
My husband likes that. I do like Terry Crews. That motherfucker is just
funny.
On fucking White Chicks, dude. When he's like, da-da-da-da-da-da, and I need you. I think we talked about that, too, before we get off here. When he fucking, when that guy, like, reveals that he's a dude, and he's like, oh, you aren't white. Like he knew he was a dude the whole fucking time. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I really do need to watch that movie again. I've only seen it like once. And
White Chicks?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I like the Wayans brothers on their show, but I didn't so much like their movies. Does that make sense? Now, granted, I like their older brothers' movies, like Keenan Ivory Wayans and Marlon Wayans. No.
They are brothers, aren't they?
There's like 5 of them. Yeah, they're all brothers. And like the 2 in the... What movie were we just talking about?
White Chicks.
White Chicks. Those 2 Wayans brothers are like the 2 youngest. So I like the movies that their older brothers were in. Because like their older brother is Homie the Clown on In Living Color. Homie, don't play that. It's fucking one of the Wayans brothers. I'm pretty sure he's the one that went on to have the show My Wife and Kids.
He's a brother?
Yeah, he's one of the Wayans brothers.
Damn, I like him. I do. He's also in that like.
I'm pretty.
He's in like an army movie.
Yes. Not in the army now, but Corey loves that movie. Sergeant something. Yeah,
and he says
we
like
love that
some
movie.
funny
so
ass
great.
one-liners.
Oh God, that's a great movie. I say great. We love that movie. I don't know that it's a great movie, but yeah, I love that movie. But yeah, I used to watch him on In Living Color with Jim Carrey. You never watched Jim Carrey on In Living Color, did you? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So is the guy from Scary Movie, is he a brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of the
the one that was like Shorty, who was smoking the weed.
Uh-huh.
He is a brother.
Yeah, he's one of the Wayans brothers.
And then the other one's in there also, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're brothers in real life. Yeah, and there's like 5 of them, and like almost all of them are comedians. They're funny as shit. I just like the older, like, there's Keenan Ivory Wayans and Marlon Wayans, and I can't remember any of the other Wayans brothers. Damon Wayans. There's Damon, there's Marlon, there's Keenan Ivory, and there's at least one more, if not 2. because there's either 4 or 5 of them. And the Wayans brothers are funny. And Homie Don't Play That is like, we still quote Homie the Clown in this house.
Have you seen Friday?
Absolutely.
Who hasn't seen that? Like, because we were talking.
He got knocked the fuck out.
We were talking
Chris
Terry.
Tucker,
no,
motherfucker.
That's not Terry Crews. I was doing
that
it
is
again.
not. That's Devo, motherfucker.
That's Devo. Yeah, because like they're like hide your shit, and it's like squeak, squeak, squeak.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why do I keep doing? Poor Terry Crews. I'm so sorry. Like,
you'll remember his name one day.
I do love that movie. I do love Devo. He's my fucking favorite.
Oh,
and I love the crackhead. The crackhead, he's like, I steal, I don't kill. And like, he's like stealing shit, dude.
What is it? Fat worm? Dat worm? The fucking worm that fucking Chris Tucker owes money to.
Oh my God.
How you gonna get fired on your day off, Craig?
Dude.
God, Craig is... Poor Craig. I love Ice Cube because Craig is so mistreated.
I just feel so bad, like, because the crackhead stole something from him and he starts chasing after him. And fucking, is it Chris Rock?
No, it's Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker is like, man, I gotta shut up. But Chris Tucker, he's like, you can't outrun a crackhead.
No! God damn, I wish Chris Tucker had not gotten in the Jackie Chan movies and came back for the other fucking Friday movies, because next Friday is one. I love Next Friday.
Jackie Chan movies.
He was in the Jackie Chan.
Now, is he in The Fifth Element?
Yes, he is. He's the guy with the microphone.
Oh
He's
my God,
that guy. He's the hilarious. He is. I love Chris Tucker.
He's so good in that movie.
He is.
He's like,
but because of those movies, which no hate, because I do love The Fifth Element, and so I guess it was worth having The Fifth Element with him in it to not have him in Next Friday. But I still wish he'd been brought back for the other ones. Because, like, I love me some Next Friday. Like, I love Friday, but I love Next Friday. That shit is so
my favorite.
Funny.
My sister...
But Joker and Baby Joker and Little Joker, and it's like, oh my God.
My sister...
Day. Oh, God.
My sister still, like, makes fun of the dad in Friday.
Oh, yeah. Can't go in there for 35, 45 minutes.
No, she would, like, fucking... She would like fucking block the bathroom. I'd be like, bitch, I gotta go to the bathroom. She'd be like, what you gotta do? Number 1 and number 2.
Oh my God!
You bitch.
That's like, so funny because we quote the after part where he's like, he's got the spray and he's like, you can go in there 35, 45 minutes. Like, Corey says that all the time.
Oh my God.
He's joking, guys.
Dude, when they're fucking like, we'll just use water with your cereal. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I love when he's talking about, like, you kids need to move out so your mama can walk around with her butt naked with her booty shaking. And they're like, oh, daddy. And he, like, just keeps going and going.
Dude, the dad is horrible.
I love him.
He's so bad.
Oh, my God. And number 2, this is funny. Pun fully intended. And number 2, where he slips in the dog shit, and he's got the dog shit up his back the whole ride.
Oh my God.
Out to fucking wherever he's taking Craig to hide from Devo. Because Devo got out of the fucking pen, like escaped from prison.
Devo.
And he's hiding in the back of the dog catching truck. And oh my God.
Dude.
Shit's fucking hilarious. I love the second one. I really do.
I
love them both.
I like the crackhead. I like the little side character.
Yeah, it just pops in the window.
Like, Smokey. Or, it's not Smokey. Is it Smokey?
His name's Smokey.
So what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to the bathroom. Leave me alone. He's like, hey, Smokey's out here taking his shit, everyone. Like, God,
he is. He's a little fucking asshole.
He is. He be stealing shit. And then, like...
I'm not going to go into detail, but the straw. That part with the straw. Oh, my, you know what I'm talking about.
Felicia comes up and she's like, can I borrow your microwave?
Oh,
no, get the fuck out of here.
I know. Like, bye, Felicia.
Yeah, no, bye, Felicia. She's like, damn. And then she's like, oh my God, that one bitch. I'm so sorry. We gotta get off here. This is like the longest.
A long episode.
I know.
Sorry, guys.
But that one bitch, when he's on the phone with her, Smokey, she's like, yeah, I look like Janet.
Oh, I look like Janet Jackson. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What does he say when she gets there?
Or like, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Oh, but he says some rude shit.
Did he say you look like you ate Janet Jackson? I don't know. It's rude. And she's like, I just ain't getting my hair done yet. And he's like, I can't. Oh my God, that shit was funny.
And then that bitch is like, no, she didn't. Because she's like, dude, she said she looked like Janet Jackson.
And Nia Long, I love me some Nia fucking long.
The whole movie is so funny.
I know. I know. Ice Cube, dude, like, you my home.
I don't know. I like the other guy, Smokey. He's fucking funny.
Yeah, Chris Tucker's funny and all, but like Craig's my boy.
Well, you gotta understand, like,
how you gonna get fired on your day off, Craig? I love that line.
Ice Cube, when I was a kid, was, are we there yet?
Yeah, no.
You know, like, so he was like this. See,
for me, Ice Cube is not Boys to Men. Oh my God, Boys in the Hood.
Also, I'm gonna stop talking. Because I almost called Ice Cube Ice T, and I am making a fucking fool of myself.
Everybody does that.
Okay, please.
I would have said Ice T if we had not been specifically talking about Friday. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I would have made that mistake too.
Oh my God, I hope this.
I'm sorry about like make myself cry thinking about Boys in the Hood. Cuba Gooding Jr. And Larry Fishburne is the best dad ever. Sorry, I love Boys in the Hood. It's one of my like if it's on and I need a good cry.
Is that a band?
Boys in the Hood?
Yeah, I thought it was.
No.
Isn't there a band something like that?
I don't know if there is a song called Boys in the Hood.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
But like Boys in the Hood, it's a sad movie about like gang stuff and like one of the characters gets killed and it's Ice Cube's brother and his mom's like, it should have been you, Craig.
I just Craig.
No, his name's not Craig. I wish it was. I had to throw it in because it's like he gets shit on in all of the movies. Poor Ice Cube. Also, I cannot watch Boys in the Hood without crying. It's so sad.
You know, I watched that Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
That was good.
It was good.
I mean, totally unrelated, I think, but that was good.
Yeah, it's about brothers too.
Yeah,
Sorry.
4 of them.
Yeah.
And like one of them dies.
And they're like all adopted. They were foster kids, right?
Right. Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
I'm remembering that correctly. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it back when it came out.
It was. It's on Netflix, and my husband and I watched it for the first time. Mark Wahlberg plays a good gangster.
Boys in the Hood.
But Mark Wahlberg has that voice. He's like.
Do love me some Marky Mark. Marky Mark. I'd like to hear him sing Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood, always hard. Stop talking that trash. Anyway, it's a parody song.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love me some Boys in the Hood.
We should probably get
Boys in the Woods are a podcast that we like. We're friends with. Maybe that's where that's coming from.
Maybe.
Because I don't know. Because like I know there's a parody song, The Boys in the Hood. And then there's the Boys in the Woods, the podcast that we're friends with. And beyond that, I only know Boys in the Hood, the movie. And
maybe it's not Boys in the Hood. Maybe it's Boys. One. It's Boys something.
There's like. I'm not a. I know NSYNC and I know Boys to Men.
Boys to Men. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, that's Boys to Men. Yeah, they're good, but they don't have any good Christmas songs. How are you gonna be an R&B group and no good Christmas songs?
Well, they gotta have like Santa Baby or like.
Yeah, no, they did a shitty Christmas song. It's awful. I tried to listen to it twice. I gave it a second chance because I thought maybe it was my mood. No. But the Boys to Men did like it's
NSYNC is
in
different.
The Still of the Night.
Oh.
I guess they covered In the Still of the Night because I'm pretty sure that In the Still of the Night's an older song, but they did In the Still of the Night, and I don't know what else, but I used to listen to them back in the day.
I don't think I liked NSYNC. I think I like Backstreet Boys, the ones that are like, You are my. Is that NSYNC or Backstreet?
I didn't listen to either, so I can't. tell you.
You don't know the song,
it's one of them.
But you know the song.
I know the song, and I could tell you it's one of those two.
Yeah, right.
I think it's NSYNC, but I am not sure if it's Backstreet Boys.
I feel like there's more songs that I know, but I think that's maybe their one-hit wonder because that's all.
I don't remember. I really don't. I don't. Do you guys? I don't know.
Do you guys? I'm sorry, we'll get off here.
Yeah.
Because we've just been chatting about different movies. Maggie's been making a fool out of herself saying the wrong name.
Nope. Like there are some people, some bands, they always get jumbled up in my head, but.
So if you enjoyed this episode and you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. We want to hit 65 followers by next month.
by the end of this month.
The end of this
beginning
month.
next month, however you want to. However you want to slice that with your wand.
Right. So help us out by subscribing.
Yeah. Check us out on Twitter at Classiest Witches and see what we are up to on Instagram at Witches Talking Tarot. And we now have a Facebook page, Witches Talking Tarot. So come check us out there and maybe catch us doing some tarot readings or some shit sometime. We'll be doing this is gonna air after we do the thing.
It will, yeah.
So I guess we'll just talk about it when we do the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for sitting with us for a spell.
Bye.